Hello, and I'm back again with another YouTube video. I know I've obviously not been doing them for a while. I've just had a lot going on and just thought I needed a little bit of a break. Obviously, I will be back on them again now. And you know, I've been speaking to a lot of people and some close friends of mine, and it's something I've been wondering how I'm gonna do this. I've been thinking of this for ages, like, how am I gonna do this? Because it was a big fear of mine. So I've put it off for a long time, and you know, one of the things that I want to get across is, you know, the importance of, you know, not being misdiagnosed, and if you've got any sort of pains, you know, to go and get them checked and things like that. And I have been, you know, trying to promote Crohn's and, you know, why this has happened, and you know, such bad, like what's gone on and how I found it so hard, and there's reasons behind why I've been finding it really hard to deal with. So I thought, right, okay, maybe one day I'll say why, and now I've decided maybe the time's right now, because you know, there are some people out there that, you know, they look at your social media and stuff and they judge, like, oh, you know, just putting things up for the sake of it, or attention, and you know, and all the people that know me know it's not for attention, because every time I've wanted to stop my videos, they've been like, no, you need to carry on, you're doing really well. And you know what, I have done really well, and I don't care what people say, you know, because I have done really well. I've got people messaging me from all across the like UK and stuff, asking me for advice, and you know, they've seen my story and they've felt really inspired by it, and I've been able to help them as well, because they've either been diagnosed with Crohn's disease, or they're getting tests for it, and they ask me, you know, for help on bits and bobs. So actually, do you know what, like the main thing is that I want to raise awareness and help others, so do you know what, everyone else can just, you know, bye bye. And obviously another reason that was stopping me from saying, you know, things that I've wanted to say before was just because I got to a point where I thought, God, you know, I can't accept it myself, let alone like, you know, other people accepting it. I just thought people are going to be like, oh my God, you know, that's so disgusting, or you know, just say crazy things, especially, you know, people that I don't speak to and things that, you know, just love to see me fail. I just feel like every single one of those people are going to be like loving the fact that this has happened to me, you know, and probably laugh at it. But you know what, it is what it is. If they're gonna laugh, they're gonna laugh, you know. So you know, when obviously this happened, you've got to remember, I am a model and I am a dancer, so I have been, you know, used to always been able to go to modelling shoots and get out my belly, or be in dance shows and having to get out my belly and just be like, yay. And you know, not only have I got a scar, you know, I was left with something else. So I'm left with a temporary stoma bag, which I know it's not the end of the world, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm alive. But it was a big shock. So, you know, can you imagine waking up in intensive care, like I said, with a scar on your belly, and also this thing, like, you know. And obviously it's one of those like things that you know, you can't go away from. And obviously, you know, if I want to help other people, and I always say, you know, you've got to love yourself and things, then I need to love myself and be proud of who I am and what I've got, and you know, and obviously this isn't forever. I know some of you who've been following me and on my posts, I've said I've got to be strong. I've got one last operation coming up, and that operation is for a reversal, so it means I'll take the stoma bag away forever and I'll be normal again, and I can poo again, and I can, you know, do everything I once did. You know, minus a few things. Like I said, I don't drink anymore, and I never would. I'm gonna, you know, I want to look after myself, and you know, health is more important than a bit of fun. Do you get what I mean? But so like, for all of you that don't really get what a stoma bag is, because I didn't really get much of it, you know, my granddad had one before he died, and obviously, you know, it's just a little like basically pulled a little bit of my intestine out and they've put it on the outside of my body. And that's how I, at the moment, well, I don't poo. I'm actually, as I say it, I'm too posh to poo because I can't poo right now. Things come out in the stoma bag, so every time I need a wee, I'll go to the toilet and wee normally, and I just release it out of the bag, and every other day I change the bag completely. So the bag actually in itself looks like this. And then that's the size on the back of my stoma. I don't know if you can see it. And actually I've got a really, really, really small stoma. It's tiny. I'm lucky. But some people like name their stomas. I got a friend of mine who I've met through this, and she's named hers, and I've named mine It. Mine's It because in hospital I was like, what is this? Like, it isn't it. It was, you know, to me it was like, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe this has happened to me. And they won't let you out of hospital until you know can change it yourself. Funnily enough, I looked at my stoma way before I looked at my before I looked at my scar. Don't know how, but you know, she's called It. She's tiny and she's kept me alive, you know, because I find, like, you know, I find things out all the time from things still that happened in my operation. You know, I thought that I, you know, nearly died, and actually I basically did die, and then they had to bring me back. So, you know, things that are just so messed up have been happening, and you find things out all the time. And you know, like, I don't know why it took me so long to, you know, come out with this. You know, some people that have asked, I've said I don't have a stoma bag, I'm lucky, and it was because I wasn't ready to tell the world. Like, how am I going to tell the world if I can't even be confident myself with it? Like, you know, it's something really personal. And obviously all my friends and family have been really supportive, and, you know, they're like, you're still you, like, you know, come on, like, why do you care what people think? And that's not the way to be, so I'm not caring what people think anymore. And I'm laying it on the line, saying, and anyone that says else can just, you know, go to hell, really, because at the end of the day it's kept me alive. I'm alive for a reason. It was either this or die. I'd rather have this and have a second chance at life. It's not forever. By the end of the year it will be gone. You know, hopefully in July when I do see him, he'll say I'm strong enough, but unfortunately I don't think I will be strong enough due to a lot of stress that I've been under at the moment with personal things in my life. So I've had to try and kind of accept that. But, you know, it is what it is. Can't change it. It makes me me. It's something that's never going to be, you know, I'm never going to forget. This is why I'm so terrified for my reversal, because all it is he has to cut me down the middle again and just put it back together. It's literally, he's not worried. He's like, you know, it's an easy, relaxed thing, but you've got to be really, really, really strong. So this is why I've been in the gym and things like this, because I have to be strong. It's all on strength for this one, because obviously of what happened last time. And I visited, you know, the nurses yesterday and stuff in intensive care, and they were amazing. The lady that sat with me through the night and played music and said that I needed music, she was so happy to see me, and they couldn't believe how well I'm doing and how I'm getting on. And, you know, you meet people that you're going to always remember through this situation. So, you know, and like obviously it doesn't change who I am as a person. I'm still me. It's just, how do you cope with something like this? Like, I don't know, with no warning, no nothing. And obviously I get days where it, you know, it is shit. You know, I leak. When I say leak, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night if I've had a deep sleep and it's just gone everywhere, and I have to get up and I've got to change the sheets and change, like, have a wash and change the bag again. And that's why I don't really sleep, because of that. And like, where I don't really like going out much because I'm scared that's going to happen, or it's going to leak, or something's going to happen, and it's just embarrassing, really. Like, that's how I feel when I go out and stuff with it. And obviously it's not anything to be ashamed of. So many people go through this, you know. Like, you'll be so surprised how many people have stoma bags, you know. So, you know, and like obviously at the moment, you know, we take things for granted. Like, I cannot wait to poo again. I know it sounds so stupid and gross, but I really can't. And like, obviously, you know, I'll show, like, I'm going to be confident. You know, I've shown you the bag, so, like, I'll show you the, I'll show you my, like, belly, obviously, and the bag, so you can see the top of the bag here, and then obviously it's tucked in, so it looks a bit funny, and then there's my scar. So obviously when that goes, I'll be left with another scar. So I have a scar coming down here and a scar at the side, but like, scars fade. You get, so you know, and you know, he's cut the Crohn's out, like, so it might not ever come back. It might do, but you know, I've obviously got it in remission. I'm in remission, so hopefully, you know, it doesn't come back once I've had a reversal. I've still just got to be really, really careful. And it's just, you know, it's just like, how do you deal with, how do people, and you know, people don't really get what, like, I'm doing the videos and stuff to help with people with Crohn's, and you know, and I've had so much positive feedback from everybody, and I've helped them, and that was just me preaching alone. I didn't actually go into full detail about like what actually happened to me. I kind of hid it a little bit, and I kind of thought, like, by not telling people, I didn't have to tell myself that I've got this, but you know, like, yeah, it's just such a rubbish situation to be in. And this is why I'm always like, I don't want it to happen to anyone else. I don't want anyone else to have this. Because it's just, like, I cry most days, and everyone looks on, you know, your social media and things like that, and they think that you're doing so positive, or you're doing so well, and they think like, oh wow, it's just, you know, it's this and that, and it's not that at all. You get what I mean? Like, you know, everyone can post pictures on social media. Anyone can pretend they're feeling a type of way when they're not. And obviously now, right now, it's very hard for me to say this. And like, this is a very big step for me, you know, and like, obviously I need to, now I've done it, you know, I'm gonna have a big sigh of relief. You know, I've just kind of distanced myself a bit lately, because I've been trying to think, like, how do I do this? I need to do this, like, it's killing me. I've got a big secret that I'm hiding that needs to come out, like, you know. And all the people that did know, I'm glad that, like, you know, they've been fully supportive, and we haven't told anyone, you know, because that was my biggest fear. And you'd just woo. But like, I'm going to be, you know, doing all my YouTube videos again, and now I know, like, I've got the secret out. It's out, like, finally out, you know. I can start to talk about more things and to help other people that have to go through this, you know, people with stoma bags and things like this. I can now help you more than I could before, where I was trying to hide away from it, you know. And I'm still a beautiful person inside and out. Like, this doesn't change who I am at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you know, I might not have been here right now speaking to you guys. I'd have been in the grave 10 feet under with worms eating me. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm lucky to be here, so I need to stop and think. And, you know, for all those people that are unfortunate and that do have to have stoma bags forever, you know, I'm not one of those people. I'm the one that gets a second chance, you know. I get to have a reversal. I get to have, and you know, and I inspire to be like these people with, you know, stoma bags that are so confident. I'm just like, they're inspirations to me, because I look at them like, oh my gosh, like, you know. And I know that they would have started off where I was and still hated it, because even like the nurses and stuff say to me, they're like 55-year-old men who are struggling with it, you know, they're struggling to come to terms with it. And so I think, okay, cool, like, you know, it's just unfortunate, because what I do as a profession as well is like, it's like your whole world just comes crumbling down, like, literally. And, you know, when I've had a reversal, I'm not going to hide my scar. I'm not going to cover it up. If I wear a crop top and I go out, I'm going to wear a crop top and keep the scar on show, because at the end of the day, it makes me me. It tells a story. Why should I be ashamed of it, you know? We're all beautiful in our own way. I'm not the only person in the world with a scar. And, like, you know, woo. it's just a big, you know, bleh. And I did do a photo shoot with my model management team in February, so I was even smaller than I am now then. And that was with my stoma bags, and that was, they did this for me, you know, to help me. And every single person at Elm MMT have been amazing, and they've been so supportive. And I'm so grateful for like all of them, and all the girls that did the photo shoot with me. They stuck on my stoma bags just so I felt more confident, and did the shoot with me. And I can't thank them enough, because that was hard in itself. And they were, and they didn't even judge me. They didn't even look at me like, oh, what the hell is that? They were just so nice, so nice. So I'm really grateful for all of those. And you know, I've got Crohn's and Colitis UK. They want to do some, you know, amazing things with me. They want to work with me on a lot of things. So I'm really blessed that, you know, positive things are coming out of this, and I am gonna, you know, keep doing this. You know, every time I want to give up, people are like, you cannot give up. You know, you're a fighter. You need to do this. Do you get what I mean? Like, and you know, I am like annoyed that it's taken me, you know, since December. So we're in January, February, March, April, May. 5 to 6 months to even say this. But you know, at the same time, beforehand, I wasn't going to say anything until I had my reversal. Then I was going to come out with, I've got a stoma bag. But you know what? I can't do that, because I want to be a role model for other girls and guys, you know, but especially girls that are going through what I'm going through, or having bad problems with their belly, or having problems with their weight, or having problems with accepting their flaws. And I want to be a role model to that, you know. So I'm not going to hide it anymore. I'm not. You know, it took me maybe, yeah, so what, it took me 5 months, but I've done it now. I've said it. And even the people that I had said, you know, I don't have one, it wasn't because of them or because I didn't want to tell them. It's because I couldn't accept it myself. I still don't accept it, but I've got used to it, and I've got to get used to it, you know. And I'm not rushing anymore. Like, by the end of the year, this is all over, and it's, you know, a memory that I'll never forget. And hopefully by then I would have helped a lot more people. And, you know, because people don't realise how serious Crohn's disease can get. Like, if it is left, and if it is left undiagnosed, and if it is left to IBS, but it's not. Look what happened to me. I am a prime example. This is why, you know, I'm annoying, like, oh, go to your doctors, don't let anything go wrong, or the pain. It's just because I really just don't want this happening to everybody else. You know, I've got post-traumatic stress, which they've said, and that's not really a shock, really, to be fair. Like, come on, I think anyone would going through this. But, it's just a struggle, really. And I don't know, my biggest fear was people were going to laugh and make fun of me, and you know what, I don't really care anymore. If that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. I can't really stop that. You know, you can't go through life hiding behind things, and, you know, because, like, so what? Like I said, I got the main people in my life, and they know what's what, and, you know, they know this and that. And if they want to judge me by what they see on social media, and if they want to judge me by, you know, stupidness, don't care anymore. Really don't care. So this was just like a big weight that I had to get off of my shoulders, and it's been a long time coming, and I've been at the build up to do it, and I'm like, oh no. Then again at the build up to it, and I'm like, oh no. And then again I'm like, not yet. So maybe, you know, soon I'll start to post more pictures and stuff with it, but right now I'm happy just, you know, telling everybody and taking that first big leap, which is really hard. And once I put this on the internet, I'm probably going to have like major anxiety and be like, oh no, here we go. But I'm glad I've done it now. So that was my update. I'll be back again with a better video, not morbid and depressing like this one at all. I'll be a lot better. So yeah. So, you know, it's just, I'm happy that I've shared this, and, you know, like, there's, is a weird thing, you know, like with the stoma bag, and it is annoying, this, you know. And I went out the other day and I covered up, and I was like, oh, I need to go home and change, because I felt like people could see anything, but they can't. And how do you cope with having all of this and being like the size of a twig, hating it all? You know, I live in baggy clothes. I just think, God, like 7 years of misdiagnosis for this. This could have been prevented, you know? 7 years of misdiagnosis. And this is why I am preaching on this subject. There's not like probably a single day that I go by and I don't cry. And, you know, I see my trauma counsellor and we talk about the same thing. I just really, you know, I'm really unhappy. Really don't like the stoma bag. And it's okay not to like it. Like she said, it's okay. It's okay. I appreciate it because it's kept me alive. You know, and right now, my intestines are on holiday. They're just having a little break in Barbados, wherever they want to be, wherever they're imagining to be. And then when they get put back together, that's when the real work begins, you know, like eating extra healthy. At the moment, I'm eating quite a lot of what I want to eat to gain the weight. So afterwards, I'll be eating extra healthy, and once it's back inside, and once I've had a reversal, I'll be in hospital 3 to 5 days. That's just to make sure that my bowels are all working properly and that I can poo properly and there's no complications and things like that. So, you know, it's just like, I mean, like I did a fashion show, a catwalk fashion show for Invisible Illnesses a few weeks ago, and I got to share what happened to me. And, you know, I just said in front of all these people, oh, I've got a stoma bag. And I thought, oh my gosh, what have I just said? And it was in my head, and I kept it together. Then I came off stage and just burst out crying. But it was like a sigh of relief. And then when I walked back on stage to walk for the last brand at the end, everyone started cheering, and I was just like overwhelmed, like, oh my goodness, like it was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought people were going to be like, that is vile, you're disgusting. Do you get what I mean? I'm still me, just because I can't shit, you know? I'm too pushed to poo. Who wants to poo anyway? Well, I do, because you get the feeling of wanting to poo and you can't, and oh my god, it's awful. And obviously, like I said, don't take pooing for granted, but at the same time, I'm still too posh to poo. I got to look at it that way, and you know, I can go shopping and poo without having to go to the toilet. It's just, you know, if I'm going to have to make a positive, you've got to think of it in some ways like that. So it's just, you know, learning how to deal with it, and but I've said it now, I've come out, it's out, and I'm not regretting it, and I'm glad I've said it. It's a big relief, and people can judge and say what they want about me and laugh at it. It's fine, it doesn't bother me, because the main people are my close friends and family, and they haven't judged me and they still love me for me, with or without the bag. You know, and it doesn't change who I am. So, thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, I forgot what I'm saying. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, yeah, goodbye.